Alright, so today we're making a small fire pit, something heavy duty that's not going to warp. So kind of the way I build them is I like to cut a 1/4 inch piece of plate somewhere. This one was cut 16-inch square, and then I decide how much I want to rise it, like kind of like a planter box or something like that. So I build a cardboard template. And then I cut out 4 of my templates, and we'll form them up. I'll put legs on it, do something ornamental, some square solid bar. Make sure it's sturdy. The ones from the store, if you notice, they're made out of sheet metal and they tend to just warp after about one use. Then you leave them outside and they just start rusting. So the ones I make are heavy duty. They don't rust, they don't warp. They're made to last. These pieces just fold right up in place. Anyway, so here's what I got. So yeah, the pieces are all the same cut, and then they should just all connect together at a certain angle, which they do. And so basically, you just put one on. See, I just do one little tack. And then I'm able to move them, obviously now, and get them exactly where I want them. And then we'll put the legs on and go from there. So this is why I said make sure you just put one tack in, because this plate, when I tacked it in, wasn't perfectly centered. Grinded those tacks out in a second, and I can lift this out. So what I did is I just put a tack on here and here of all of these, and then so yeah, I put a tack on each side of these pieces, one here and one here, and now I'm able to lift it up and readjust this plate. So I can feel it start to give. Boom. Not bad. Now my last thing is do the 20 material. There we go. Made a mark right here that I know. So it went a little bit further. One needs to be right there. And then let's move the torch, and then just take this, that'll pry right up. Alright, and just put some tacks on the little ornamental side pieces we have here. They're kind of guards, you know, just keep a little bit of distance from the main plates. But also, my main idea here is that a rod can be placed in here over to the other side, and you know, while the fire is burning, you know, you want to move it closer to where you're cooking with a mesh screen over the top of the charcoal or whatever, just so people grab it, move it over by just sliding a piece of rod through here to the other side. But overall, it's just something ornamental. Give it. Anyway, so I'm just cutting this 1/4 inch round and putting the legs on. Anyways, I'm going to show everyone how I get a good cut. So this is my little machinist roller. It has increments of 32 and 64 on here, so you can get a pretty precise measurement here. And then this little slide here will let you adjust it, so I have it adjusted for 4 inches. And then I'll show you, as I pull the saw blade down, I can rest it down on the bar there. Sorry, my camera's not focusing, but you get the idea. So I got this piece of what is this, 1 inch by 1/4 inch angle iron. I'm just gonna put on the bottom here, just So this just prevents some warpage of this plate over time. It's only 1/4 inch, but so I mean it could use a little strengthening. And then we're gonna weld up these posts, and then we're gonna do that with some 7018.
Alright, so here's the second pass I'm doing with some 7018. Just put in another pass in for some practice, but so you can see here I'm comfortably holding the rod with my full leather glove. I'm just going around in a full circle, kind of just like a clock, just swinging around, staying comfortable, keeping the puddle going so I don't have to restrike again. And there you go. So there's one. Yep, and I finished that off. A good weld came out. So, as you see, I'm keeping the lead with me, just so I have plenty of slack. See here, so it doesn't snag me half weld. Having a little bit of trouble here starting up again, but here you see just one hand, real comfortable, just going around the rod. Going around the leg, just in a circle. Remember, welding's comfortable, stay comfortable, and yeah, going pretty quick, just a quick hot pass here. I think I was about 96 amps with 332 rod, so able to go a little bit fast. And yeah, there you go. Just finish up this last one here. And we'll flip it back over and keep working on this. Almost done. Yeah, there we go. Stick welding's a great, strong way of welding. I don't do it every day, so I get a little rusty. But these projects are great just to keep my just to keep with practice, make sure I'm up to speed with welding this process, and yeah. So there we go.
Good idea. Quick little tip. Don't leave sharp edges like this for people to trip on. Alright, so now we got these top pieces on. I'm gonna just fill that in with some weld in the corners.
Alright, so now we're taking the Lincoln MP210 off of its stick welding mode and just plugged in the MIG welding gun, and we're gonna just weld up these last plates, and we're getting to the end of this project. So I'm really happy with the way it came out. I'm just gonna weld up here. You see I'm gonna take a break, let it cool down a little bit, and keep welding, and finish up all these bottom sides. Then we'll grind that nice and smooth. We'll leave the rest of the welds, but I want to have these nice and smooth. Be a good finish. So just gonna go through here and weld. You can see I got it pretty hot, so I'm just you know, weaving back and forth across the two plates, and just moving as fast as I can. This nice thing about MIG welding. Stick welding this, it would have just blown straight through. It would have been way too hot. Stick welding is a lot better for thicker metal like those legs. But something like this is great that I can interchange between processes with the same machine. Again, this is a Lincoln MP210. I really do like it. I've had it for about 4 years, and maybe get something bigger in the future, but this is great for now.
Alright, so we started this morning. Probably worked about 8 hours on this, off and on. But yeah, I mean, I think it's done. I welded it out. I ended up leaving these welds on it, and then the bottom ones that I welded I ground smooth, and then I'm just gonna leave these stitch welds on. But yeah, so these welds came out pretty good. show you. So yeah, I just got it nice and hot on the machine, just went quick. So it's heavy, probably weighs about 45 pounds. 1/4-inch plate, these are 1/8 inch. And then the bends look pretty good. I like to make them more round in the future. I'll have to make a little die fitting to do that, but yeah.